Good morning, students. Now, this is day before yesterday's topic. We have started now, right? Unit 2. What is the syllabus of Unit 2? Differential equations of first degree, but first order, but not first degree, right? Next one topic is equation solvable for P, equation solvable for Y, equation solvable for X, equations that do not contain X or Y. There are two types of differential equations are there. One is the differential equation which does not contain X, and next type is the differential equation does not contain Y. And equations homogeneous. Equations, I mean homogeneous is X and Y. Now equations of first degree in X and Y, that is Clairaut's form, Clairaut's equation or Clairaut's form. Next, applications of first order differential equations. This is in a heading. There is a theory part is there. Growth and decay, dynamics of tumor growth, radioactivity and carbon dating, compound interest. Next one is important, very important one is orthogonal trajectories, right? This is very important topic, orthogonal trajectories, right? Now make main examination lo this question is very compulsory. Orthogonal trajectories, it's very easy topic, compulsory 100% you will get this question you will get in the main examination, right? Now first of all we are going to discuss about the first topic, that is main heading is differential. We are going to discuss about the differential equations of first degree only, so first order only, right? In entire chapter we are going to discuss the differential equations of first order and but not first degree, right? First order means what is the order of differential equations? The highest derivative involved in the given differential equation is called order of the differential equation. What that means, what is the derivatives? dy by dx, d square y by dx square, d cube y by dx cube, d power 4 y by dx to the power of 4, and so on. All these are called differential derivatives, right? Differential derivatives of order 1, of order 2, of order 3, of order 4, and so on. Now here we are going to discuss about those differential equations whose order is equal to 1 only and degree greater than or equal to 1. See here, the general form of a differential equation of first order but not of first degree, say nth degree, is dy by dx whole power n. See, this differential operator is dy by dx only, that is order 1, plus a1 into dy by dx whole power n minus 1, plus a2 into dy by dx whole power n minus 2, plus so on, plus an minus 1 into dy by dx, plus an is equal to 0. This is the general differential equation of first order but not of first degree. Here the degree is equal to n. See, where a1, a2, an are functions of x and y. Here this see, a1, a2, a3 and so on, an minus 1, an are functions of x and y. Now here this is called a general differential equation of first order but not first degree, right? Now here how to solve this type of equations? There are three standard methods are there. One is solvable for p, next one is solvable for x, next one is solvable for y. There are three major types are there. Now here this equation, why I am calling this equation 1, this equation I am rewriting as p into p power n plus a1 into p power n minus 1 plus a2 into p power n minus 2 plus on an minus 1 into p plus an is equal to 0. That means in the place of dy by dx, this term I am replacing by p, where p is equal to dy by dx. Now this is a polynomial in p of degree n, right? Now this can be written as function of, it is a function of x comma y comma p. So there are no x and there is no x, there is no y enter kada. Now what is a1? I told you what is a1. a1 is a function of x and y. What is a2? a2 is also a function of x and y. Here p, a1 is a function of x and y, p is a function. That's why I am denoting this entire equation by f of x comma y comma p is equal to 0. This above equation is a function in x, y and p, right? Now the first type, equations solvable for p. See, remember, this is sometimes it is an easy method if the given differential equation is given in factor form, right? We are going to discuss about that form. The first one is equations solvable for p. Suppose one differential equation is given to you in p, f of x comma y comma p is equal to 0 is a differential equation. To solve this equation, first of all, the given equation can be factorized, right? We have to factorize the given differential equation. Factorization means, suppose ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is a quadratic differential equation. Now if you want to solve this equation, now how you are going to do? We have to factorize it, right? That means, say if alpha and beta are the roots, it can be written as x minus alpha into x minus beta, no, like this. So the given differential equation can be factorized. We have to factorize the given differential equation and we have to solve that equation. That is the only major concept in this type. See, f of x comma y comma p is equal to 0 can be solved for p if it can be expressed in terms of, see, in terms of p minus f1 of x comma y, p minus f2 of x comma y, and so on. That means this differential equation is expressed as product of some functions, right? 1 into 2, this function into this one into this one, and so on. That means it is factorized, right? Now after factorization, we have to equate each factor to 0, right? By equating each factor to 0, suppose if you take first one, p minus f1 of xy is equal to 0. If you solve this equation, you will get a solution, right? First one, we are getting one solution for the first factor. Similarly, we have to equate the second factor. Again, you will get a solution for this factor. Like this, we have to equate the nth factor, and again you will get the solution for this nth factor, right? Now again we are getting arbitrary constants, say c1, c2, and so on, cn. So what is the solutions are means, the first solution into second solution into third solution into fourth solution, so on, into nth solution is equal to 0. That is the required solution of the given differential equation, right? Before that, we have to replace all the arbitrary constants by c only. That means c1 is equal to c, c2 is equal to c, c3 is equal to c, c4 is equal to c, and so on, cn is equal to c only. Why, sir? What is the reason behind it? Because the given differential equation is of order 1. If it is of order 1, then its solution contains only one arbitrary constant, right? Then only that solution is called a general solution. Now see here, now without any loss of generality, we can write c1 is equal to c2 is equal to so on, cn is equal to c. All these are arbitrary constants. The solution of given differential equation is first factor solution into second factor solution into third factor solution, so on, into nth factor solution is equal to 0. This is the concept solvable for p. See, one example is there. This is a worked example in textbook, in our textbook, right? Solve p minus xy, p minus x square, p minus y square is equal to 0. We are, first of all, we are writing the given data. Always you remember, we have to write the given data first of all. The given, that is, or you can write given differential equation is this thing. We call that equation number 1. Now what we have to do in our procedure solvable for p, what is the first step? We have to factorize the given differential equation, right? Here already factors are given directly, right? First step is solved for you, right, by default. Now then next step is we have to equate each factor to 0, right? For second step is, now that's why we are equating each factor to 0. P minus xy is equal to 0, p minus x square is equal to 0, p minus y square is equal to 0. Then we have to solve this one. P is equal to x comma y, xy, first from the first factor, right? p is equal to x square from the second factor, p is equal to y square from the third factor. Now if you want, you can draw a line like this, right? Now you can solve first factor, you can solve second factor, you can solve third factor simultaneously, right? Now or else separately. Now here p is equal to xy. What is p according to our assumption? We told you, sir, what is p? Dy by dx. That's why I am replacing p by dy by dx is equal to xy. Now whether this can be solved in variable separable method or not? Yes, that means we can separate all x terms and all y terms, right? Here similarly p is equal to x square, where p is what? Dy by dx is equal to x square, and in third one p is equal to y square, dy by dx is equal to y square, since the reason is p is equal to dy by dx, right? Now see, now first factor, and we are going to discuss about the first factor only. We are variable separable, well, no, we are transferring y to the left side and x to the right side. Dy by y is equal to x dx, integrating on both sides. For this one, integration dy by y is equal to integration x dx. Integration of 1 by y dy is log y is equal to integration of x is x square by 2, right, plus some integration constant c1. Now we are transporting all the terms to the left hand side. Log y minus x square by 2 minus c1 is equal to 0. We got the first solution of the first factor, right? Now similarly for the second factor, dy is equal to x square dx, right? Variable separable method, integrating on both sides. Again I am repeating the same sentence. Now integration dy is equal to integration x square dx. Now integration dy is y only, no, right? Integration of x square is x square plus 2 by 2 plus 1, that is x cube by 3 plus some integration constant c2. Here we are transporting these terms to the left side. Y minus x cube by 3 minus c2 is equal to 0. Similarly this one, third one, again dy by y square and dx, integrating on both sides, we are getting here y power minus 2. If you bring to the numerator, it becomes y to the power of minus 2. Integration of y power minus 2 is y power minus 2 plus 1 by minus 2 plus 1, right? You know the basic integration rules. Now integration of dx is x plus some integration constant c3, right? Now here this is minus 1 by y. We are transporting all the terms to the right side. See, we are transporting this term to the right side. X plus 1 by 5 plus c3 is equal to 0. We got the solutions of the for the first factor, for the second one, and for the third. Now what is the required general solution? The required solution of equation 1 is this entire thing, right? The solution of the first factor into the solution of the second factor into the solution of third factor, right? And also we have to replace c1, c2, c3 by c only. See here, log y minus x square by 2 minus c into y minus x cube by 3 minus c into x plus 1 by y plus c is equal to 0. We have to replace all the arbitrary constants by c only. Remember this point. Now this is the required general solution, the given differential equation. In the second one, solve p plus y plus x into xp plus y plus x into p plus 2x is equal to 0. Again we have to solve this given differential equation for p. Now first of all we have to write, for always remember we have to write the given data, it's compulsory, right? Given that this entire differential equation we have to write. Now we call that equation number 1. Now there already factors are given to you, right? Now what is the second step in the main procedure? We have to equate each step to each factor to 0. Now that's why we are equating each factor to 0. First factor is equal to 0, second factor is equal to 0, third factor is equal to 0. Next p is equal to minus of x plus y. Here we are solving p is equal to minus of y plus x by x. Here p is equal to minus 2x. Now I am going to discuss about the first factor only. right? What is p? Dy by dx is equal to minus of x plus y. Now here we cannot solve this differential equations by variable separable method. That means we cannot separate all x terms and all y terms. That's why I'm using substitution method here. Put x plus y is equal to v. Differentiate with respect to x on both sides. Differentiation of x is 1. Differentiation of y with respect to is dy by dx is equal to differentiation of e is dv by dx, right? Now here also I am explaining this one. Just I am transforming this p is dy by dx and we are transporting these terms to the left side. It is very easy for you. What is p here? Dy by dx is equal to 2x. Now this can be solved by using variable separable method. That means all x terms we can separate, all y terms we can separate. That's why I am getting dy is equal to minus 2x into dx. On integrating, integration dy is y minus integration 2x is minus, we can take it outside. Integration of x is x square by 2. This 2 gets cancelled, plus some integration constant c3, right? The third factor. Now we are going to discuss about the first factor now, right? Now here dy by dx is equal to dv by dx minus 1 from the above equation. Now we are substituting in the equation 2. Equation 2 implies in the place of dy by dx I have to write dv by dx minus 1 is equal to minus of x plus y. X plus y by value is, according to our assumption, is v, right? I am writing v. Now dv by dx is equal to, we are transporting minus 1 to the right side. This minus 1 to right side, it becomes plus 1 and minus v plus 1. That can be written as 1 minus v, right? We can, if you want, we can write minus v plus 1 or 1 minus v. Now again we can use variable separable concept. We are separating y terms and x terms. dv by 1 minus v is equal to dx. Integrating on both sides. Now here 1 by v is there in denominator, 1 minus v is there in denominator. Its differentiation is minus 1, right? That's why I am putting minus here, minus of log 1 minus v. Remember, this is in the form of f dash x by f of x formula. F dash x by f of x is log f of x formula, right? So now this can be written as log 1 minus v is equal to integration dx is x only plus some arbitrary constant c1, integration constant. Now log of, we can bring it to the power, log of 1 minus v whole power minus 1 is equal to x plus c1. Here log means to the base e to the power of x plus c1 is equal to 1 minus v to the power of minus 1. E power x plus c1 is equal to, here x inverse, and x inverse can be written as 1 by x, y inverse can be written as 1 by y. Like this, 1 minus v can be written as whole power minus 1 can be written as 1 by 1 minus v. E power x plus c1 1 by minus, what is v actually according to our assumption? X plus y. I am replacing v by x plus y value. Now I am cross multiplying this one, 1 minus x minus y into e power x plus c1 is equal to 1 here. Now I am transporting this 1 to right side, 1 minus x minus y e to the power of x plus c1 minus 1 is equal to 0. This is the solution for the first factor. Similarly, we are getting the solution for the second factor. Here the second factor is in the form of dy by dx plus py is equal to q, where p and q are functions of x and y. In that case, the solution of the differential equation is y into integrating factor is equal to q into integrating factor plus c. See here. Now, here dy by dx plus 1 by x into y is equal to 1. Right? This concept is very important amma. Prati step variable separable method lo radu. We have to analyze those factors, right? If it can be expressed as a variable separable form, or dy by dx plus py is equal to q form, or homogeneous form, or non-homogeneous form. It depends on the problem. We have to be very careful. Now, see. What is integrating factor? E to the power of integral p dx. E to the power of, what is p value here? P value is 1 by x. 1 by x. E to the power of 1 by x integration is log x. E to the power of log x is x only. Solution y into integrating factor y into x, integration q into integrating factor, q value is 1, that's why 1 into x dx plus 2. Here x square by 2 plus c, yx minus x square by 2 minus c2, we are transporting all the terms to left side. Similarly third factor solution we know, right? Now we have to write the general solution. Therefore the solution of equation 1 or the required solution of the equation 1 is first factor solution, right, into and second factor solution into third factor solution is equal to 0, right? While writing those factors, we have to replace all the arbitrary constants by c only, right?